Hi, my name's Jeremy GILLEY. I'm the founder of Peace One Day. Welcome to Pod Talks.
I can absolutely, to the second, remember when I first decided to become an entrepreneur. I was a 16-year-old kid working in a dog biscuit factory in Huddersfield. And as a job goes, it was as bad as it sounds. It paid £2 an hour. And my job that I was assigned to do was to get down on my hands and knees, and I literally had to pick up the dog biscuits that fell off the conveyor belt. I remember sort of on my hands and knees during the summer holiday picking up these dog biscuits thinking, this is a pretty rubbish job. But I'm a bit of a geek, and I wanted to do a really good job at picking up these dog biscuits. So I went up to the foreman at the factory and said, look, excuse me, do you have a broom I could borrow? And he looked me dead in the eyes and said, son, you are the broom. That's the moment I decided to be an entrepreneur.
In order to establish 21st of September as a day of ceasefire and non-violence, adopted by every head of state in the world, I obviously had to speak to a lot of people. And that's what made me think it would be great to have our own speakers program, Pod Talks.
I think the reality is what we need to do is to understand that sustainability equals growth on a long-term basis. And I think once we start to get our head around it, it doesn't become an either-or situation. Profit as a mode of operatus cannot become before humanity. If we have profit before humanity, then we are really in serious trouble.
I'm always looking for new ways to make Peace One Day sustainable, and Pod Talks are an important part of that. These are inspirational events enabling audiences to learn from extraordinary individuals who challenge conventional thinking, adventurers, television presenters, politicians, humanitarians, and business leaders.
What you should do, Simon, is a conveyor belt sushi bar with girls in black PVC miniskirts. It's like,
of course.
and I've never heard those words in a row.
And yet they go so well.
It went pop, it was like all my fantasies about my electric train set at 15, going down the dining room table with a marmalade on it, conveyor belts, mechanics.
Mixed with your fantasies at 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was where the idea came from.
Pod Talks are great events, not only because of the speakers you will hear, but because of the people you'll meet.
We had defied the critics. We had shown that impossible is nothing, that actually if you put your mind to it, you can achieve absolutely anything. And I think to date, it still remains my proudest achievement, partly because everyone thought it was going to be impossible. A lot of people ask how on earth we carried on through that first week when we wanted to give up. Well, I think it was the fear of failure, the fear of the humiliation of turning back. Everyone expected us to hit a brick wall. Everyone expected us to turn back, and we wanted to prove that actually, if you put your mind and your body to it, you can achieve absolutely anything you want. And I hope that you'll take that away from today, because what Jeremy and his gang and all of you are trying to do might seem like the impossible, but nothing is impossible.
Pod Talks help us to keep Peace One Day alive, allowing us to institutionalise Peace Day around the world. So please join us, be inspired, be empowered, discover opportunities to become more involved in Peace One Day if you want to. Learn new strategies for your business. I have by listening to these incredible speakers. I encourage everyone to come to the next Pod Talks event.